We know there's some items that cannot be composted, or if people do not have a compost, then the yard waste is left for collection. Now we have a couple yard waste collection options here, and can we just go through them and explain a little bit which one's the most sustainable and which one are exceedingly less sustainable?
Sure. The goal again is to not use virgin materials and not put out things that have to be disposed of. So when from earlier in this film you've seen that I'm an avid composter, but there are things that I don't want to put in my compost that can be composted but will take too long, like squash vines from the fall, corn cobs, things like that. So and when I clean out the perennials, I have a lot of sturdy stems that would take a really long time, lots of gas to grind up, and take a long time to become usable compost. So even I have yard waste in the spring and fall. So the first thing ideally is to use something that you already have. Maybe you have garbage cans, plastic or rubber garbage cans left over from the era before we got the recycling and refuse carts that we use today. So this is a sturdy reusable container. You can fill this up with your yard waste and leave it at the curb, and we'll show you where in a minute. And the city's contractor will leave those for you to use over and over and over again. They won't smell. If they get dirty or something, you can just hose them out. They're good to go. So that's probably the best thing. If you have to buy these, it's a little less sustainable. Look for 100% recycled plastic in what you buy. These are something that you may buy especially for the purpose of disposing yard waste. It's a reusable bag. These are going to be available in 2012. From the city, we're going to be providing the 2 to each household who come to our compost bin and rain barrel sale at the Public Works Garage, so watch for that in your city newsletter. If you miss that because you see this film after the fact, you can still purchase these commercially or products like them. Here's another version of this. It's more like a commercial potato sack, and again, the city's contractor will leave these reusable bags for you, and you can put all huge amount of leaves or grass clippings or perennial deadheads or corn cobs in that. Another possibility, one that I've used for years, is to use sturdy plastic bags and reuse them over and over again. These are contractor cleanup bags. I put them in a plastic container and fill them up. When I've got this full of yard waste, I pull this out, put it down by the curb for pickup, and then I just reline it with another bag. So a bag for me will last me several seasons, and eventually they will get too ripped up from stems poking through them. Actually, you want a few holes because that lets the air out, but after they get so ripped up that they no longer hold things, then you can just put them in your trash. But these are pretty sturdy. I've lived here for 14 years and I'm on the second bag of 18 years. Lived here for 18 years. I'm on the second box of 10 of these kind of sturdy bags. This is a disposable bag, but the benefit of this is that it's 100% compostable. It's made out of paper. This one comes from Ace, and here's a Home Depot version. They're also sold as we film this at COPS. So these are available around the area, and what happens is that the entire bag with all its contents is thrown into the packer truck by the city's contractor, and the bags will be shredded when the compost is ground up, and it will become part of the compost. So at least it's being used for a good cause, and I think that they source the craft paper out of recycling. Tell us about these, Mac.
Well, these, Steve, this is a mesh bag that is also compostable, and this is not currently sold at local stores, and these will be sold online. And these are a little bit easier for certain people. They have a structure that holds the mesh bag, and then the mesh bag is, like Steve said, collected in the Pelletary pickup truck.
Those are compostable?
Those are compostable bags, yes.
Okay, and then this is a compostable plastic bag that's a single use. Again, you have to buy these, use them once, and they go away. Some people, like me, are a little bit skeptical about how plastic can be composted, but I guess that they have the technology. So this is another option.
And that is also available at our local COPs currently.
Okay.
2012.
Then here we have thin, filmy, single-use bags. These can only be used once. They're not compostable. And we're going to be imposing a new regulation in the city, or new practice, that the contractor is going to leave those bags for you so that you will be throwing them out. It's important that you, with any of these kinds of bags, that you not tie them shut so that they can't be opened. If they've got a drawstring, that's not a problem, but do not tie these bags closed, because it just slows down the contractor. Just fold over the top and maybe put a rock on it or something. And that lastly brings me to my rock. If ever you are using something that could be thrown away but could be reused, if you leave a nice rock or a brick or a cinder block for the city's contractor, they will use that to weigh down your empty bags after they've emptied them, so that the bags won't blow around the neighborhood and make your neighbors angry at you.
Well, great.
The last thing we should probably mention is the proper placement. When you're putting out, whether it's bags or reusable containers or disposable bags, always put them on the terrace or on your driveway. Don't sit them in the street. That will keep them out of the way of street sweeping, bicycles, pedestrians, and so on.